Hello, welcome to the American Business Podcast. I'm Kevin Deveji, your host. I'm welcoming you today our new episode. I'm excited, and today we have episode 52. And also, I like to announce that the American Business Podcast just started to be in the YouTube music as well. Let's put it on the screen for your information, and you'll also be able to connect to YouTube music, and you can also follow us and listen to the American Business Podcast episodes on YouTube music as well. So we have these QR code on the screen that you can scan, and you can listen the American Business Podcast episodes anytime that you like. Well, that's great. We have also a great guest today. Let's welcome our guests. Let's prepare our screen for our guests, and let's get our conversation started. Hello, Robert. Welcome to the podcast.
Thank you.
How is your week going so far?
As always, ready to go.
Always ready to go. That's great. Yes. Today is Friday. Happy Friday to you.
Thank you.
Yes, thank you very much. Well, if that's okay, we can get our conversation started. As a start, would you please introduce yourself to our audience?
I'm an author, an educator, and a brand builder for businesses and individuals.
Yeah, this is great. So you have decades of professional experience. Would you please tell us about your career path a little bit? How did you choose your current career?
Well, would you like me to tell you a little bit about my career?
That'd be great. Yes.
Okay. I started my career with IBM, and I then moved on to Pfizer, and I then wound up my corporate life, as I call it, with Exxon as the CFO of one of their operating units. I then went on to join a international consultancy as a senior partner. And during that period of time, I was offered an opportunity to be the CEO of the US subsidiary of a Dutch multinational company, which was a wonderful opportunity. I was able to take that brand and build it into the market leader and position it for sale to a Fortune 100 company. I then went on to manage another Israeli company doing the same basic thing. And then lastly, I wound up doing the same thing for an Indian company. And now I'm doing everything I can to help everybody successful if they can.
Yeah, much appreciated. Um, well, when you look at your work on daily basis, what are the exciting and challenging parts of your work that you can share with our audience?
My day is pretty much consumed with trying to help people be successful in their careers and also helping companies be successful in their businesses. So my days are filled with conversations and meetings with a variety of people, with every imaginable walk of life. So that's basically what I spend most of my time doing.
Yes, thank you very much. So we have actually a very large audience in the next generation business professionals. So they listen to our podcast, they watch our podcast to learn about the latest developments as well as to get some professional wisdom from our guests. So for those audience listeners that we have that are thinking about starting their own business, getting into entrepreneurship, do you have any suggestions for them where they can start from and what they should be careful about when they are getting ready to start their own business?
Well, I think the first thing that that any entrepreneur has to do is study, what other successful entrepreneurs have done to get to be where they are. I think the most valuable thing that any entrepreneur can do is watch Shark Tank. If everybody's aware of Shark Tank, Shark Tank is a fabulous opportunity to see how prepared or unprepared a lot of entrepreneurs are. So the goal, I think, anything else in life, you need to be able to explain clearly what your unique value proposition is. So what does that mean? It means what is it that you do well, okay, that can benefit anybody. And for companies, it's what they do well, okay, that can position them with a segment of the market that they can basically dominate. I think that's what marketing is all about. Marketing is about differentiation. And what you need to do is differentiate yourself. It's not about fitting in, okay? It's about standing out so that you can be successful.
One of the popular subjects that we discuss in our podcast is AI. Um, from your point of view, how do you see AI and how AI is impacting businesses?
Well, first of all, AI is changing the nature of work. And it already has had, even though most people don't completely realize it yet, it's already had a significant impact on the business community. So I think the challenge that most people have is being able to adapt to AI, because AI is going to change your life. So if you can adapt to it, be part of it, it's going to help you be successful. But if you can't and you don't, unfortunately, I have to say this, I think you're going to get left behind.
Uh, in your view, will AI replace humans and jobs completely?
What's that? Say that again.
Yeah, in your view, will AI replace humans and their jobs completely?
Oh, I think AI is going to replace a wide variety of repetitive traditional jobs. And that's a fact. And it's already happening.
Mhm.
What I think is going to happen, and what I think all the experts are predicting will happen, is that it will allow those companies and people to adapt to it, okay, to be more successful by utilizing, let's face it, the wonderful aspects of AI.
Yes, it's a very exciting subject that we talk about this every week, and there are a lot of questions about AI and the impact of AI. So I'm glad that you addressed that. Um, uh,
Look, AI is going to change your life. There's no question about that. Okay.
mhm.
So you can either embrace that change, all right, and become part of it by learning and understanding AI, or you can ignore it, and as a result of ignoring it, again, you're going to get left behind.
Yes. Well, in your career journey, have you had any role models that you can share with us?
I have two role models that I think anybody can learn from. And the first role model is Ralph Lauren. Ralph Lauren is the guy who started the Polo brand clothing and accessories. So if you study what he did from when he was a teenager to where he is today, you have a perfect example of what any entrepreneur has to do. So basically, what he did was he looked into the clothing marketplace and he was looking for the kinds of clothes that he used to see in the movies. So he was looking for clothes in movies He was looking for clothes from Westerns, and he couldn't find any. So he designed them himself. So today, I don't know if you know it, but Ralph Lauren has a $7 billion global business. The second person who's similar to Ralph Lauren is Martha Stewart. I think everybody knows who Martha Stewart is, but she did basically the same thing as Ralph Lauren. Okay, so I think you can say that these two individuals are living brands. Okay, what does a living brand mean? It means that they are practicing what they do best. So again, if anybody wants to be successful, you need to figure out what is it that I do best. Okay? Because if you can't figure that out, you're going to wind up involved in somebody else's plan. And that's unfortunate.
Yes, yes, absolutely. Robert, can you tell us about some of your lessons learned in your career? Any lessons learned that you can share with us?
Okay. I think the first lesson I learned a long, long time ago, obviously, or the first observation I had, is that most people don't plan. They seem to be living from day to day, from week and paycheck to paycheck. Now, if you think about it, you're going to work, or you might be able to work. I'm not sure you can work 40 years anymore, but that's your goal. Okay? Because typically most people launch their careers in their early 20s. So you're going to wind up working for 20 years, and then you're going to realize that you're going to live for another 20 years now, okay, in your life after work. I would think that you would want to have a plan. How are you going to survive and thrive 60+ years? It's a long time. So since I realized as I was growing up that nobody had a plan, I said, well, that's what I'm going to get involved with. I'm going to get involved with helping people, okay, make sure that they understand, first of all, what they are doing. I hate to say this because it sounds funny, but I can ask anybody I meet today, what's your plan? And they're going to look at me like I'm crazy. They're going to give me the hubba hubba, oh, or some ridiculous explanation that's perfect. So that was the impetus for me to get involved in planning. Now, the other aspect of planning is that, you know, without a plan, I don't know what you're doing. I don't know what to do. I ask people, that's what I do all day long. I ask people, what do you want to be? Okay. What do you want to be? And they can't answer. It's a simple question. What do you want to be? You want to be, you have to work for 40 years and live for another 20 years. What are you going to do for that 60+ years of time? I think it's obvious, maybe. I hope so. I'm not sure because most of the people don't have a plan. So,
Mhm.
that's a lesson. Now, you know, you also, if you don't have a plan, what happens to you is you wind up getting an education that may or may not be complementary, okay, to what you really do well. See, most people today graduate with degrees and majors, but they can't get a job. And if they do get a job, they're not happy in the job. Why are they not happy in the job? Probably because they don't have the aptitude to be successful in that job. So to me, the entire situation revolves around the need to make sure that you know what you're doing. And the only way you're going to know what you're doing, I think, is to have a plan.
Mhm.
Again, as I said before, and I hate to be repetitive,
Mhm.
without a plan, I don't know what you're doing.
Yes. Um, Among our listeners, we received some questions before for our guests to address. So one of them is in competitive business work and business environment, how to stay motivated and how to stay inspired.
Okay. I get up every day with lots to do, and I'm looking forward to the entire day. For example, meeting with you and doing this podcast. Now, unfortunately, I think most people wake up, they don't know what to do. They have no plan. Okay. So the only way that you are going to continue to motivate yourself and be successful is to figure out what is it that I do well and enjoy the most. Okay? Because to excel, you have to do what you do well. So again, you know, I am looking forward to every day to talk to people, to help people, to make sure that everybody is successful with their own abilities. Because if you don't have you don't have any goals, you have no goals. So what you need to, the first thing you need to do is you need to have a plan. You need to have daily goals. You need to have a to-do list. How about that? That's pretty simple. Huh? So that when you get up in the morning and you look at your to-do list, your goal should be, I want to accomplish everything on my to-do list today. Okay? Because if you don't accomplish everything that's on your to-do list today, you're going to have to put the things you did accomplish on your to-do list for tomorrow. So again, I think the essence of what I'm trying to get across here is if you want to live a pleasant life, you have to figure out how are you going to survive it. Now, whether you like it or not, life is about money. No money, no fun. No money, no honey. So I don't know what else to say about it. You know what I mean?
Yes, yes. Um, well, do you have any career advice for those, especially those who just graduated from school and college, who are getting into the business world, as well as those experienced professionals who are thinking about advancing their careers? Do you have any career advice for them?
Well, here's what I think everybody has to do. The first thing I think everyone needs to do is think of most people don't even know what an aptitude is. Most people have never taken an aptitude test. So what's the value of an aptitude test? Well, the value of an aptitude test, it allows you to determine what you do best and enjoy the most. So to me, that's the initial step. Because if you can't figure that out, you're not going to be successful. Plain and simple as that. The second thing think you need to do is I think you have to develop a career plan. What am I going to do for the next 40 years? How about the next 5 years? Or maybe the next 3 years? And once you develop that career plan, you have to monitor it religiously. You can't just say, okay, this is what I'm going to do, put it in the drawer and forget it. Okay. You have to monitor it. Okay. Or what's the sense of doing it? Now, the other thing I think that's critical, everybody has a brand. Okay. Most people don't realize that they're a product. Okay. So you're a product, just like the products that you buy. Okay. And what you need to do is you just like every product has a unique value proposition. Right. So if it's Tide detergent, what is it? Tide's the best. It's the best detergent that there is. Huh? So you need to figure out you know, what is that? I've got to, and then you have to create your personal brand. You have to kind of do what I talked about before. You have to think about, what did Ralph Lauren do? What did Martha Stewart do? What did all of these people who are successful do? Right? What did Jeff Bezos do, for example? Huh? What what did all there's so many people that you can study and emulate, okay? And it's so simple. It's public knowledge. This isn't a secret. You know what I mean? You can find this out. We're on the internet, aren't we? Huh? So I think
Yes.
I think you can get a better education from the internet than you can from a school. But honestly, if you know what you're doing. So you need to create your personal brand. You need to market yourself on social media. What it's all about. Okay? All these college graduates today are looking for jobs. Well, we talked about AI before. There are no jobs. So developing a resume is worthless. Okay? And applying for a job is worthless because there are no jobs. Okay? So rather than wasting the time applying for jobs, you should be out searching the internet for opportunities, okay? And looking at trying to figure out, well, what kind of a company is best for me? How I know my culture, and what's the culture of that company, so that I'm going to be compatible with that culture. Because if you're not compatible with the culture, you're not going to be successful. It's as simple as that. You know, everything I think is obvious. I spend most of my time explaining the obvious to the oblivious. That's what happens to people. You wind up talking to people and telling them what to do. What do you think happens? What do you think happens? They don't do it. So why ask me in the first place? What should I do? I do this, and you can't lose. And then I say, what did you do? Now the last thing I want to make sure everybody's aware of, once you determine what you're very good at, then what you should do is you should focus your education on embellishing what you do well and enjoy the most. Okay? Because what's happening is that people go to school and they study subjects that's nothing to do with, has nothing to do with them. It has no value to them. So my advice today is to students anyway, you should ask your professor, if I take this course, how is this course going to help me make money? Okay. And if you can't get a positive explanation, why would you take the course? You know what I mean? There's a problem with education today, and that is that students and their parents are wondering, what is the value of this? What's the value of it? So the last thing I want to say is that your personal brand is your career plan. Okay? Your personal brand is your career. You are in business for yourself. Most people think that, well, I'm going to work for somebody else for the rest of my life. That's not going to happen anymore. Those days are over. So you need to figure out, how am I, just like you've done, how am I going to be successful doing what I do best? Not working for somebody else. Because when you wind up working for somebody else, you're contributing your sweat equity to their profit. Hope that makes sense.
Yes, absolutely. Much appreciated. Well, for those who likes to continue this conversation, what is the best way to be in touch with you?
You talk to the audience now.
Well, they are listening. We have thousands of listeners and audience. So for those who like to be in touch with you, what is the best way? Is it the LinkedIn, you will say, or a website?
The best way to get in touch with me is on my email address. So that is rmdonnelly@aol.com. That's the easiest way to get in touch with me. I have written 4 books. I've written a book on personal branding that you might find of some interest. And if you do, send me an email. Unless you know, what else can I say, Kevin?
Yes. Well, Robert, thank you so much for being with us on this beautiful Friday in New York metro area. And thank you for sharing your professional wisdom, and thanks for sharing your insights with us. Truly appreciate it.
Thank you for having me.
My pleasure. Have a great weekend.
Okay.
Thank you very much. Well, to our audience and to our listeners, I hope you enjoy our conversation. As Robert mentioned during our conversation, planning is the key. Planning both for our careers as well as for our businesses is going to help us set the direction and goals, and we're going to work towards these goals, and we're going to monitor it, right? So based on these based on the progress that we have, we will be able to make adjustments to reach our goal. That was one of the important messages that Robert shared with us. So we truly appreciate his insights. Also, I like to make also some announcements as well. Let's also pull up our notes and put them on the screen as well. Well, if you know anyone who likes to be a guest in our podcast, or would you like to be a guest, you can send us an email, americanbusinesspodcast@gmail.com. Also, we welcome advertisers and sponsors as well, companies, organizations, institutions. We truly appreciate it. You can also send us an email for advertising and sponsorship inquiries, americanbusinesspodcast@gmail.com. We also have a QR code right here for our YouTube channel. As you know, we have more than 100,000 YouTube subscribers. We truly appreciate your support. If you haven't done so, please scan this QR code. It'll take you to our YouTube channel, and you can subscribe and you can support us. We truly appreciate your subscriptions, your likes, your comments. It means a lot to us. If you haven't done so, please join us on YouTube. Also, if you visit our website, americanpodcast.tv, you can see our coming webinar and episode schedules. Actually, we actually keep it as current as possible. When you go to our website, you'll see our podcast episodes coming up. You'll see a schedule, who is coming, what type of subjects we will be talking about. You can see that, and you can join us, because all of our podcasts are actually live. We record them, actually stream them live, so you can join us based on our schedule. After live streaming, we keep the recordings on social media, YouTube, as well as YouTube Music for audio, followed by Instagram, TikTok, and Facebook. We also have our recordings there as well as LinkedIn. So I invite you to visit our website, americanpodcast.tv. Well, one of our coming events actually scheduled on August 22nd. That is our online business networking event. It is called Connectional America, and you can register. I'll also put the QR code on the screen, and if you haven't done so, you can join us, and you can register. We have a very limited seating for this online event. It's going to be live on the American Business Podcast. So our attendees, businesses, professionals, business owners, they will be right in front of our audience, thousands of audience that we have on American Business Podcast. They will be able to learn about these businesses, products, and services. So that's a great opportunity to promote your business and services. And these are monthly networking events. We only have 10 professionals. That's it. So it's actually pretty unique opportunity. And we are having one professional from each profession, one accountant, one consultant, one manufacturer, one educator, and so on. So it's going to be a great opportunity to promote your business, products, and services. The QR code is on the screen. You can scan the QR code. It'll take you to a registration page. There you can complete registration records, details, and you can join us. We welcome you. This is our monthly networking event. It's exclusive, live on the American Business Podcast, and the next one is scheduled for August 22nd. After August 22nd, when you go to our website, when you scan this code, you'll also see coming business networking events as well. We have one in each month, one in September, as well as October, November, and December. We have more networking events coming up. But the next one is August 22nd. So you are invited to register to introduce your business, your products, and services. We also have a sponsor, iTech Inc. If you are looking for a reliable SAP, Oracle, Microsoft Business Central implementation service company, iTech is a great choice. iTech has been around for years. They have an experienced team. All of their team members are certified, and they have years of experience, and they are equipped and trained for SAP ERP implementations, Oracle ERP implementations, as well as Microsoft Business Central ERP implementations. If you need training, configuration, support, you can also consider iTech as well. I have their QR code on the screen. If you scan their QR code, it'll take you to their website, and you can learn more about their services, businesses, and make sure to tell them that you heard about us on the American Business Podcast. Great. I think we cover all the subjects for today. I'd like to thank you for your time and thank you for your interest. I'm looking forward to seeing you in the coming American Business Podcast episodes. Thank you very much and have a great weekend.